What do I do now? Oh, I want to mark out the beginning of March. So this is March is open. Ooh, ooh. So I just want to mark this out just so I can see exactly where I actually forgot to do this. This is okay, so that's March open. Let's see what GU does. I think I made a mistake here. Friday. This is March open. What am I missing? This is also March open. Vince, as you can see over here, I'm not bashing anyone's method, but I mean, for instance, to me, I can't do something like this. Wait for that to happen. My bias is very simple. I'm waiting for Asian highs to be swept so I can sell it, so I can get trapped into profit. Or initially, I want to see what price does at this demand, but initially, I want to see some sells at GJ above the Asian highs. I'll only look for sells there because everyone who's chasing price on GJ is chasing the herd method of chasing this downward move, thinking it's going to do this. But be careful, must be careful because I talk about this. I like literally, let's go look at yesterday. What happened yesterday? Price broke below, price retested, and broke back below Asian lows. What happened? Price went up. Price broke back below. It came back to Asia, it retested. It just kept on going up. Even yesterday, at yesterday's open, what happened? Price went up, went to retest, broke below. This is why if price breaks below the box, I look for buys. Break above the box, I look for sells. Ooh, we're calling the moves, but not getting anything. Uh, weekly open. Okay, now we can actually start looking for some good setups. And DXY is going to form us that manifestation candle. and actually break below the level. Or did it? Oh, it did change character. So DXY did change character. Okay, okay, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So we'll expect DXY to basically trade back up to this level and then basically hold it. So that means we missed GU. That means we missed GU. However, I'll potentially look for a long on EU. So only thing is the OTE is all the way up there. So it's either one of two things. GU is either creating nice liquidity or it's going to smack us. I'm actually going to get ready on GU here. I might take a nice little long on it. So once they come to this level, once they hit 1.26, oh damn guys, just keep an eye there. Just keep an eye there. There's your entry on GU now. There's your entry on GU. I'm taking a long. Taking a long on GU. Stop loss is 5 pips. Okay. And PP is literally at the Asian high, 20 pips. Yo, wait for thingy to drop. I should have waited for this. Didn't consider that. As long as price doesn't close below this level, we could. USD yen dropping. GJ nothing. EU XY. Yeah, Dave. I took it. I took it. This is either gonna be one of my fastest stop losses ever, or it's gonna be a beautiful trade. Literally just following the structure. Okay, so now we can just chill and wait. We can talk about some things if you guys want to talk about. 5 pips. 5 pips. Stop loss can be seen right here. Yeah, sorry if I'm a bit boring. This is my first time streaming alone, so yeah, and I don't obviously don't know how everyone feels about the topics I speak of. So yeah, this is why I said if the questions you guys have, you wish to talk about, the floor is yours, Chad. So this will be, oh no. So this will be our break even point. Oh, no, I'm actually wrong. I'm actually wrong on that. Once we break above, yeah, we can go break even there. You know, Dave, that's actually a very important thing that you said there now. Um, that's what makes it difficult sometimes because I can't be myself because whatever if I am myself, I offend people, and yeah, then it's like it goes back to what I always also say, and I'm not saying I know everything and I'm that guy, but I always say prove me wrong on things I want to know, and unfortunately, yeah, man, it's just difficult sometimes, because I never know how people might take certain things. But just give me a second. Just give me like 2 minutes, guys. Just give me like 2 minutes. I just want to run downstairs quickly. I actually told you guys I'm gonna leave. Yeah, no, definitely. Dave, what you said there now, it's obviously also circumstances. So I have to deal with that. But you know, um, yeah, man, that's why I say it makes it difficult because I always say I can't or I will never let money get to me in that sense. And it's always been a promise because I've seen what money did to like my father, to other family members, people I've known. Money, there's a reason why they say money is the root of all evil. But the way I always perceive it is money is the root to all freedom, and money reveals who people truly are. So if you're an asshole, money is just gonna ignite that even more. Let's see what other peers are doing. Is there any other pairs you guys are looking at? Forgot about this. Some price never came to this level. EJ maybe? Okay, I'll look at EJ now. Fabio says looking at NAS. Okay. This is a point where NAS could reverse. This is where they broke structure. And this is that retest. This is also the pivot. And if the S2 slightly below it. So this could be a zone where price reverses, but also not my cup of tea. US oil. We have this nice liquidity buildup over here. We have price lining up. So the S1's all the way down here. Um, March open. Oh, so this is actually a perfect zone. Our price rejected that point. And then we have the weekly open. Yeah. This is oil. So also this is a supply zone which prices lift over here. Only thing here, I would also would say is just be mindful of that unswept Asian high. But if we do have a reaction, we can definitely get something around this level. So there's the open right over there. So that is something that could line up nicely. Let's look at EJ. Okay, G was playing around there, but so I remember also we did discuss this sometime last week. And we said that anticipation highs, we have to look at price broke above that level break of structure. So, oh, there's a nice little golfing candle or piercing candle, if you want to call it. There's a demand. Here's your weekly pivot. Here's our weekly on one. And our weekly is one all the way down here. So with that said, just looking at the supply over here as well, where price started breaking to the downside, we can see that this is where price left us with a supply zone. Let me just double check that. So on this wick, literally right over there. So we'll be bullish on the session here as well, break of structure. So we might be able to see, we might see EJ push down a bit more. And the reason why I say that is just based on the breaks of structure. This over here could be that demand where price could play around in this level before actually pushing to the upside. And also just looking at what is this box over here? Okay, that is that demand zone. So this over here. So price could come all the way down to the S1 weekly pivot before. What is GU doing? Still confident in the move. EU is at a zone as well, but I wouldn't want to force too many trades at once. What's DXY doing? Okay, now we're good. We're good. As long as DXY now holds this level, basically, we should be good. As long as we hold here, we're good. What's GU doing? Oh, that would have been a nice entry on EU. Come on, just break below DXY. Just come break below this level. Straw manifestation candle. Price gonna close like that. I remember one day on stream, I made a joke about it on EU. And I was still sitting next to Chris, and he was still laughing about it. And really, like, I didn't expect such a big candle to come out, and really a big candle came out from that level. It was so cool. Come on, DXY. Come on, DXY. That's great. It's great. We're gonna get something. We're gonna get something. Vince, my stop is like at 1.26688. So it's even 10 pips, 10 pips below that. So stop is in total 5 pips from our entry. Your GU, Altans DXY, being rude there, being rude. So the moment DXY actually closes within this box, I will close the trade. But I trust you is gonna run. That's gonna run. Not gonna disappoint us. Um, is it just me? Oh, I thought my Bluetooth network bugged out there for a second. So Nasdaq, what's Nasdaq doing? Will we see a change of character take place? Will we see a change of character? Hmm. EJ. Okay, so you say EJ is ranging between 30 pivot and your EQ under 5 minute. Okay. 5 minutes, couple course price to break levels. See, my only thing with that, Vince, is looking at EJ. EJ could push down, but initially I want to see EJ push down till the weekly pivot. But then also you have to be careful of these unswept Asian lows from Friday. So unswept Asian lows over here. Just be careful of this. So for instance, because EU, like in this EU, we're expecting it to push up. EJ could be the driver also behind that. I mean, if we have a weak yen, then obviously a strong euro would obviously push it up. And I mean, if the euro is gaining strength against the dollar and the euro is stronger than the yen, that will cause EJ to push up just based on economics, if that's what you want to call it. There's that manifestation candle. There's that manifestation candle, man. Come on, come on. Um, I could probably pump some music, but it probably won't be through um let me see. Let me see. Yeah, let's see. The only thing is, okay, I'm gonna sound stupid right now, eh? I'm gonna sound dumb right now. If I play the music and I'm wearing earphones, will you guys also hear it? Or must the music be loud so the mic picks it up? Is that what you guys are saying? Devin, that's a yes now. Okay, let's try it out. Yeah, there we go, DXY, man. There we go. That's our baby. We should have taken EU as well, man. No, man. Damn it. We chose the shittiest one to trade. Let's see. Okay, let me see. Where's my tools? Okay, she is sound. What am I gonna play now? Put me on the spot here. What's something I've been listening to a lot lately? Shit. There's one song I've been listening to. A quick question. Would you guys mind if I play Afrikaans song? It's just listen to the lyrics. Listen to the lyrics. Just confirm, can you guys hear it? And if you can hear it, how does it sound? Is it loud enough? Awesome. Music is a gift waarvoor ik altijd geput heb. In die streets is uniek wanneer er rappers met wisdom. Die verses wat ik schreef, het kan kopieer wordt met scripts. Oh, awesome, Vince, awesome. Hip-hop is a life voor mij, wow. Hip-hop is a way van fighting die system, die struggle in survival zijn. For sommige hip-hop net a hideaway. Hopefully the truth brings it down. Wat is music zonder waarde in die messages? Wat is een beat zonder lyrics wat effective is? Yeah, I'm overlook rappers is. Wat vergiet dat rapping ook maar net een goddelijke blessing is. Wat is jullie purpose in die game, huh? As die aim net vir geld en die fame. Sy focus te veel wat op sy jouself kan gain. Instead dan focus op hoe die mense sy lives kan change. Nou kykie, my pen het overflow met knowledge in die way of life. My boek het overflow met meaning in die way ek ryk. Goed wat ek dien en fight. Goed wat ek sacrifices aan doen. Dat sê sy verloor jou appetite. Yeah, ek dink dit aan die lewe en hoe soort het is. So ek focus net op music wat important is. Hip-hop is so powerful. Hip-hop is a way of life. Yeah, this is perfect for the stop and I want to see that quality sweep in a change of character. That will be perfect. I'm on BXY. Fabio, I would say wait for it. I would say wait for it to do something like this and leave you with some sort of fair value gap. And then once it comes back down, then potentially look for that long. That would be a nice 1, 2, 3. Hulle vra my kry go wat ek kwaan. Hoe kon rap sy so ek 'n stuk van al die kak wat ek sien hep in die strate bro. RIP so of wat ek move lê op die stoel gegooi. Bullet holes is die weg van die koens kon too soon. As wat ek sien op die streets is gang signs op die pictures. En so het ek sy life geloos. Wat
wat ek wil proef, wat sy systematical clues, wat ek try om vir mense te gee met music, wat hulle stoef, yo. Sit die track uit, laat het blaas deur die speakers.
Welcome, Max. Now we just took a long on GU, it's still at entry point.
Ek try om op te kombatieer, hulle in my patten. Ek sien dit change die lifestyle, die liewe van ons ladies. Wat fok het, ek gaat dit nie net so los sonder 'n fightie. Kapitein Greco, Weskus Greco, Afrikaan Greco, Troeskrif Greco, Boomback Greco, Trip Rip Greco. Wie gaat tegen ghettos op die Cape Flats Greco, Kapitein Greco, Weskus Greco, Afrikaan Greco, Troeskrif Greco, Boomback Greco.
Nice DXY.
Wie gaat tegen ghettos op die Cape Flats Greco, Kapitein Greco, Weskus Greco, Afrikaan Greco, Troeskrif Greco, Boomback Greco.
Yeah, because you see, Fabio, just based on structure itself, see, you're on a discount based on this. You're on a discount based on this. But if you look at the entire 4-hour move, you'll see that you're not in a discount. You're still in a premium. So that's the only thing you must be mindful of. Okay, this will be the last one, and then we can play some other thing. You guys can request some music.
Grow your capital by trading with Okta. Learn to earn more with our support at every step. 60 plus awards. Trusted,
you know, there's so many
traders
guys
in
from Cape Town
180
that
countries.
speak so much truth,
Start now.
and like they don't get recognized, man. It's literally sad, and like I know a lot of these guys, and these guys really work their asses off. Okay. I will play it. I'll play it next. Okay, DXY is doing some well. So if we took this on EU, we would have gone break even right now. Very simple.
Bouwen se legacy, ons kap me aan. Ons kyk vorentoe, kan ek kyk op 'n ander man. Ons kyk vorentoe, die een hand was die ander hand. En so maak ons ons teken vir die ander kant. Sy is my broer, vir jou sal ek fight, al is het taf. Sy het altyd my moed kot zijn, sal voel ek hoe kak. Sy is sy man, maar as kakker om in my boots te stap. En vat dit stap vir stap, dan gaat sy vorentoe. Cause hulle gaat kak praat, maar hou jou ore toe. Cause you win some and lose some. Maar hoe sal ze wijs raken hoe jou broer staan? Sal jy vir jou bystaan of gaan jy ook net komen na tyd as jy het zijns man? My ways moet ek mag het zijn sit. Van ek het kak gedale, ja ek wil my ook bewys het. Man, die nommer krijgt ze niks waar jou payslip. As altyd ek gewies as 'n vingers gewys was. Sake gevangen met Dani, hou maar duim vast. Terwyl ek my man gehou het as ek so gesyp was. Stadig het ek gezijn, selfs gaat tyd vat. Ek het vroeg wakker geskrik, voor ek 'n lijk was. Baie karry lyk, as baie wat ook hyk. My brood sy sê my bloedie, maar ek voel jou pyn. Miskien is dit die lyf wat so uitgesit was. En ek het in myself geglo toe ek niks was. My rep saam in die sens, ek hou het rustig. I trust no one, besluit maak ek versigtig. Maar as se voelens is empty, as jy in 'n kussus. Hulle fakeness sien ek kan nou uit 'n distance. Maar as op my as ek
Okay, once we close above this level, I'll go break even, yo. Close above, go break even. Put the manifestation candle there.
Het lustig, het nooit ingepas, was altyd 'n misfit as hulle hulp gesoek het, was ek 'n assistant.
It's aloe grape, aloe grape.
Maar die rip
you can see on there.
gesien. Light is kyk op as die medisy afde nie. Die goed gebeur jou nag, die broer is hard verdien. Ek sit my hele alles op het
Steven, bro, I have James, bro.
van my eie, ze moet nie baas bedien. My ways moet ek mag het
Yes,
zijn.
like I said, bro, the Owens outside, they go through shit, bro. They go through shit. And the fact that they trying to do something for themselves independently, I respect that so much, man.
My man gehou het as ek so gesyp was. Stadig het ek gezien, selfs gaat tyd vat. Ek het vroeg wakker geskrik, voor ek 'n lijk was.
Join Discovery Bank today and get
I'll think of some more good
on the
ones,
Discovery
and then
Bank app.
maybe as we go along, I'll play some more. Come on, DXY. Give us some more manifestation. Give us some more manifestation. Break into the Asian lows now. Break into the Asian lows. Give us a break of structure. Your EU actually ran very nice. Should have taken it. Oh yeah, Keenan. Sorry so much, man. I just going through the chat now and I see you asked me something. I never answered your question. So what I think about round, half round and quarter and count and quarter round numbers on EU, you often use to intertrace after seasonality. Keenan, 100% on that. For instance, I actually wonder if I can add another indicator on here. There's actually by Tories. There's an indicator by Tories, and it will mark out all your quarter points basically. So you'll see all the orange lines. Let me just adjust it quickly. Okay, I don't know what's happening here, but it looks a bit different. But yeah, the point is, as you can see, it marks out the round numbers, the half round number, the quarter round number. You'll always have reactions around these points. I view them as institutional levels. So definitely you're not on the wrong track there. I would still keep on using them because that's also what I use to confirm my positions and so forth. This is a vibe, Dave. This is really a vibe. So Fabio, based on the PMI, based on the inflation data of the US, look, man, I'm bearish long term on the dollar, but also going back to what Keegan said on it. See if the XY hasn't tested the Asian lows before PMI could be something that will push price down when the news comes out, right? Something like this coming into our zone, for instance. And then that could be that push on indices to the upside before you start having more retracements, basically. So I hope that answers your question, Fabio. But yeah, I'm bearish on the dollar. So just with that said, and I'm not gonna say this in a bad way, but like for instance, like for instance, how can I yeah, Neil, that was really a vibe. So yeah, quickly on that, Fabio, based off the PMI. So if DXY basically pushes down, that could be what pushes indices up. But then, like I said, if price comes all the way down before the PMI to our demand zone, and obviously that will push indices up potentially, right? Now the other thing is if that push down is going to happen with the PMI, then this what we're expecting over here could be what's going to happen when PMI comes out, because I mean there's still some time period for the before it's released. So if they can slowly move up before the news, slowly move down, and when the news comes, pin and then move, that will be a perfect setup. I hope that answers your question.
Hi, George has changed.
Yeah,
eh?
guys,
Anything's
if you guys have
happened,
more
Moses.
recommendations
Look at
for
his skin.
music, drop
It's
them down
brighter.
below.
Mike James Productions.
EU ran. Damn. Okay, guys, I'm gonna go put my stop 1.1 pips below my entry on GU.
Ja, ik weet niet wat mijn competitie checken, but Ik weet net, ik het iets wat niemand net het. Ja, hoe kan ze sê, dis die king wat rippie? As ek het wat niemand net het, bro, ek het wat niemand net het. Ja, ik weet nie wat my competitie het. Ek wil nie breek in my bro, but is iets hier binnenin. Niemand het wat ek het nie. Ek weet net ek is different. Ek flip die skrip, sy wil praat van styles, ek het verskillendes. Sy dink nog 'n man spit 'n verse, dat sy se kinders singe in. My listeners weet dat ek sit en dit is, ek ruk die ding. Min gespin as sy voel het different, but as jou gunsteling. Hy soek in die business in, met ligte basis, niks gewig. Hoe kan sy my shit wil krit, as ek vir jou sal stik en spit? Doen het alleen en die man, dan moet weet man kom voor die kill. Fietsen van mij en dan wordt ze vernieuwd, ze 100 per beat. Wie zijn de king of it? Hoe go zal ik het repeat? Zweer ik die feet en ik friet al die rippers op ik als een beest. Kom in die skill, ik ken alle techniques, like met zet al vergiet al hoe lang is ik hier. Daarom believe ik, zolang ik muziek maak en altijd kopie, zal ik blij in die lied. Er zijn niet warme vlammen, niet vie. Zij zal verbranden, een man niet die hit. Wie gaat mij vat voor een beat?
Bro, check je nee. Bro, bra. Bro is a one. Bro, I honestly can say, I would honestly say Crow is one of the top 3 best rappers in South Africa. Honestly. Ja, en Cream's also one. Cream's also one. But also, Christopher, don't sleep on the legend. Je moet bezig. Je moet bezig. Gio is flying. Ik is op het tussen goffel. Van die ochtend tot die ochtend. Die honden zijn stoppable, is dit te put. Niemand kan hem sleten, ze hokken. Terwijl ze nog toestemming zoek van een label. Maak ik mijn volgende besluit op mijn eieren. Die duivel. Okay, once they break above this level, you can fully... Once we break above this, we can fully go break even. Then we can expect some sort of retracement. The downside, test the scribble. And then after that, continue that push to the upside. Now for me, I would also say Immobilism, number 1 bro. I met that man about 2 years ago. Bro, and life changed after that. Ik weet niet wat mijn competitie checken, maar ik weet niet, ik het iets wat niemand net heeft. Ja, hoe kan ze sê, die king wat rippie, as ik het wat niemand net heeft, bro, ik het wat niemand net heeft. Ja. Where is his... Oh, do you, Christopher, do you know this guy? I'm not gonna find it on here. This is one of those guys where if they upload, the music is taken down. Yo, that's loud. Okay, that is very loud. Okay, Gio, gonna serve us with a nice little TP there, hey guys? A nice little TP. EU just flew. Ik blaas die groene wasem en die verte van mijn naasten met de vechters en die skadi van die bergen met gasmaskers voor mij wacht tot ik klaar met mijn mental radars. Die vlaktes is scannet, die vlaktes is geskend met gedachtes wat leen opgrafte met geraamtes wat skreef voor voortplanting, maar dat is niks lig. Niks woorden met inzicht, met code verbind aan codes wat inkmoors op die doos van ons blink toekomst want allemaal klinkt soos allemaal want allemaal betalen. Klinkt niet anders als die ander wordt die geplaatst op brandstapels, dis Armageddon. Dis Armageddon. Ooggebouwen wat brandt en stank van rook wat die atmosfeer bekleed, die klank van één song wat de radiostaties beheer. Dis Armageddon.
Man, ondergrondse donker tunnels, konkeloze donker wolkenboeren, skoppen vorm.
So even so Fabio, the Nasdaq, it might even confirm over here.
Zwaar die straten groepen in. Hijack radiostaties forceer die omroeper om ons zo samen te zingen, samen gidden. Ons is moeg van die
oh yes, guys, we can go full the break even there on GU.
Soos lief in die bloed, adrenaline, ons sy vir die matrix, ons het oor voorbij hy kodes sien. Armageddon, noem ons David, ons los groot opening in die oog van die system, soos ons woorde van die volstong slinge, dis haatskrif. As ons woord in die aardsoppervlakte geraak het, beweeg tektonische platen, die impak as jy voel tot op 1000 kilometer radius. Armageddon, ons wacht vir hom, die profeet, wat klankgolwe herstel die ontkleed van geskrifte, wat ons hardop proef lees, ons hartklop, hardop, weer eens Armageddon. Dit geld vir een en elk, vergeet van geld, ek sal my kinders leer, hoe om hulle sieninge te tel, want is Armageddon.
Do you know one of my favorite tracks also by this guy is okay, no, I think it's God Praat Afrikaans of this one. Christopher, we will definitely go live in NYC as well. Oh, Keenan, look at that guy is so humble, man. You know, I feel like such an idiot. So when I went to MLBSM, he gave me a T-shirt and he told me that he's only worn it once when he performed. So one day I got home and I was like, damn, I don't have a T-shirt. So let me wear this MLBSM T-shirt. Bro. So I put it in the washing machine and I damaged the T-shirt. Yes, you know, I was so disappointed. And then I never wore it again. And now it's like just sitting there. It feels such an honor, man. It sounds weird to a T-shirt, but he's such a humble guy, man. And the story, fun fact actually about Demobilism. You know, with the Khoisan, how we had leaders. So his great grandfather, Simon Witbooi, he was the leader of the Khoisan. And through his bloodline, that was now passed on to Simon. So King Khoi, I'm sure you guys know King Khoi in Cape Town. So for instance, he's now under him, like, and he's learning more about the tribes and so forth, because he's trying to bring that old knowledge back, basically. Max, yes, we did. We took this GU trade. We currently break even. Yeah. Guys, if you guys haven't, the guy who was performing the song, if you guys haven't seen my YouTube, there's a video on there where we kind of do an interview talking about the First Nation people and like our vision that we have for society and how we can implement that. So definitely go check it out. Definitely go check it out. Um, Another good guy is this guy as well. Yeah, but now we can have some more chilled vibes. Oh, EU, man. If only we took this. This was okay, only 14 books. But yeah, Mags, if you want, yeah, we called the buy on EU and we also called the buy on GU, and then this manifestation candles on on DXY. So that's beautiful, man. Now we're gonna sweep all the straight line liquidity over here. Oh, it tested that nicely. Okay, what I'm gonna do on my GU is my stop loss over here. So move the stop slightly into profit. Check your gain and take it later on. Enjoy it. Enjoy the vacay. So over here, we might start having that retracement we expected over here. Potentially play around a bit. And then probably I would say around this time. What time is this over here? So yeah, around 12 o'clock, potentially 1 o'clock, you can start seeing that move further expand. The track name is Solven Luke. Solven Luke based me, also one of a also very good friend of mine. Very good friend of mine. I want to get him on the podcast. The only difference, the only problem is he's not in SA, so it's really difficult, and I don't want to do it online either. So hopefully one day when we start going overseas and stuff like that, we can get in touch with him. Um, It's another good one.
Learn more by trading with Okta. Feel our support every step. Start now.
Being myself is the boldest thing I can do. My own self.
Yeah, Vince, that's correct. That's the reward of 1 to 4. You guys want to know something interesting about your feelings? The law of attraction. So there's certain laws that we are bound by. For instance, all of us here, if we jump, we must land. Why? Because of gravity. It's a law of the universe. So same with the law of attraction. I'm sure many of you guys here have heard of the law of attraction. So how does the law of attraction actually work? Let me quickly open a blank chart here. So say for instance, this is black and this represents fear. Say that's fear. Say yellow is happiness. Fear, happiness. Let's say pink is love. Where's pink? Let's say pink is love. And then let's say green is peace. And let's say red. And let's say red is anger. So imagine all of this as your emotions, right? Each emotion has a vibration. So let me quickly add this on here. So let's actually let's scale them. Let's scale them. Happiness, love, peace. So imagine happiness as a neutral scale. So happiness is neutral. Okay, so neutral. Let's say fear goes below that. It's a negative emotion, and then you have anger. So as you can see, you go from a negative emotion up to a positive emotion. So your vibration is based on this basically. Now, let's say for instance, let's see if we can if we have any emojis here. We all want a car. We all want a home. Where is a home? Okay, I'll just use this as a home. Recommend me some more things. What are some things that we all want? But material things. We all want houses. We all want cars. We all want, what else do we want? Let's say, for instance, okay, let's just use these two examples, right? Even these two objects also have a vibration, right? But that vibration, remember, whoever has built this object, whoever has made this car, that's a company. So they are always happy with what they do. They love what they do. I mean, this is why they're billionaires, millionaires, because they've built something that they love, you know? So let's say, for instance, that if you have a car, you will feel happiness. Let's say if you have a car, you will feel at peace. Let's say if you have a house, you will have happiness. You will be at peace. You will start a family. You will have love in your house, in your household. So as you can see, these objects carry a certain vibration. Now ask yourself quickly, if you are operating under fear and if you are constantly angry at the world, how are you going to attract these things? How are you going to attract these things? And what I'm trying to say with this is why I mentioned the law of the universe and gravity. If you operate on these positive emotions, peace, love, happiness, these are good emotions. You can't have bad things happen to you if you're feeling good. And you can't have good things happen to you if you're feeling bad. Just thought I share that with you guys. And why you should always be grateful for the life you live. Yes, CJ. It's the same as operating with good faith. But remember, whenever you do something good for someone, you should never expect something in return. You never expect something in return. Because God always sees what you do, and you will always be rewarded with things that you don't count. Because that's what Chris always says, your left hand should never see what your right hand does. And then also, okay, but now, how do you know how you feel? How do you know how you feel? How do you know which feeling you're operating under? The question is, what are you thinking about? And why I say this is because one day I was faced with something like this. Okay, I will say I was tripping on mushrooms, but the lesson was learned and it still stuck with me till this day. So this day, I was supposed to do something and I was like, no, I'm gonna smoke a cigarette first. And it's like something told me, but no, Jibin, your mom's gonna be home soon and you still didn't do it. She's gonna come home, she's not gonna say anything, but she's gonna be like, oh no, Jibin's here, but he still didn't do it. So God said, get a pen and paper, write down God and Satan. And it's like, still hit me, spell Satan with a small letter. I'll never forget it. And the thought was, do the dishes. Nee? The thought was, do the dishes. And as I go do the dishes, it's load shedding, right? Yes, the first thing, it's load shedding. So first things first, I must now look for a light. Find the light, I put it on like the fridge, it shines into the sink. So I start doing the dishes. But now I'm the type of guy, if I do the dishes, I want hot water in there. I want hot water in there to burn all those germs. So I put the hot water in and I start washing the dishes. Now, obviously, your hands get very hot, so you automatically start getting hot. So I wore like this thickish jacket, and I'm like, I'm getting hot, man, you know. So I go inside, I take the jacket off, but like it's one of those moments where it's kind of cold, but you can't wear a jacket that's too thick. And I take off the jacket, I go to the living room because I remember that that same day I took off my jersey and I left it there. So I go there, I put on this jersey, I put on the jersey, and it's like this jersey just feels weird, man. This jersey feels so weird on my body. And I take it off, I look at the size, and I'm like, it's black, it looks like mine. And I look at the size again, it's like, but it's like this is my size. And I put it back on, and it's like it feels weird, man, on my body. The jersey just feels weird on my body, and I take it off again, and I have this thought come through. Now, also, mind you, before this jacket thing, I was supposed to get a pin, right? A pin, and then write down God and Satan, and basically just leave it at that. I still didn't get the pin. I must put on the jersey and then get a pin and write this down and do the dishes. So I go to my room, and there's like a laundry that's done. So I take out a jacket, a thinner jacket, I put it on. Hey, this jacket feels weird, man. This jacket feels weird on me. I take it off, I look at the size, I'm like, is this my little brother's jacket? I'm like, no, man, it's my jacket. And I put it back on, it's still the same thing. It feels so weird. And eventually I'm like, you know what? So that was first when I made the first Faro Markets hoodies. And I take a Faro Markets hoodie and I put my hand in it. I'm not even wearing it yet. As I put my hand into the jersey, it feels good, man. It feels good. I put on the jersey. Hey, bro, look here, guys. I feel amazing, man. Like, your perfect fit. This thing is so comfortable on me. And you know what hit me? A thought hit me, and it said, yeah, Javen, do you know why it feels so good? Because you made this for yourself. You put your company name on there. You see that jersey, that jacket you put on? It's yours, yes, but your mom bought it for you. This is something you've done for yourself. Okay, lesson learned. Then I'm supposed to get the pin. And as I'm looking for a pin, remember it's load shedding, so it's dark. I left the light inside. And I'm going through like my bag. What do I find? I used to be on drugs then as well. This was a long time ago before I got clean. And what do I find? I find the empty bag. And it's like, you see what you're busy with, Jiven. You see the things that you're holding yourself back with. Eventually, I find the pin. Ne? Eventually, I find the pin. And the whole plan becomes keep track of your thoughts and see what your thoughts dwell upon. So I make a mistake and I immediately make a 1 under God. And I'm like, oh, damn, a mistake. And I hear in my head, it wasn't a mistake. Not every mistake you make is a mistake, because you still did what I asked you to do. And that is a 1. God won. Then, because at this moment, while I'm doing this, I have these thoughts to go do the other thing I want to do. And it's like, no, it's the devil. No, it's the devil. So I'm keeping track in my head as to how many thoughts the devil has. And what happens? He had 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what my thoughts dwell upon. So immediately I'm like, huh? I barely even started and Satan's winning. So I'm like, okay, let me go do the dishes. And I add a 1 and I go. I start doing the dishes, and now I have these thoughts like Javen go, Javen go, Javen go. And I'm like, I'm keeping track, and eventually it happens. We have 5, 6, 7, 8. And I'm like, no, man. Now I'm like, I have to go write it down because I'm gonna forget. I'm like, okay, but I'm still doing what I'm doing. 3. Then I'm standing there, I'm looking at the book, and I'm like, Satan's winning, man. And I'm like, and now I'm standing there and like, I'm just observing my thoughts, and these bad thoughts are coming. One. Eventually, I end up with something like this, and I see, damn, look what my thoughts are dwelling upon. And eventually I start hitting the book. And I'm like, Satan won. And he wasn't even part of the game. He won, he wasn't even part of the game. And then ever since that day, I became so aware of my thoughts. And nowadays, God wins. God wins. It's been a very, very long time since Satan has won when we play this game. It sounds, this is why I say I'm a very weird guy. When I tell people that I've discovered this God, this game I play with God, it sounds crazy, you know? I actually have two games I play with God. Another game, I use sacred geometry. And also, you know, people don't understand that I might have actually just traumatized some of you guys in this chat after what I just said. So on DXY, I wouldn't be surprised if you still have a retracement. So even on GU, wouldn't be surprised if we have a retracement. Bro, like, yeah, Dave, there's so many more things I can tell you guys, but over time, you guys will you'll move them. Very well said, CJ. Very well said. um, I like the term when people say I'm crazy because I can see things they don't see. And it goes back to the thing I always say, we can all agree that we live in a physical world where we can see, touch, hear, taste, and smell. But we can also agree that there's invisible forces at play. Same thing like with your thoughts and your vision, your future. You have full control over that.
How you been doing lately? I've been moving crazy. Father God, forgive me, I know only you can save me. Lost in the world, lost in the world. Maybe success and happiness will come and validate me. I've been acting brash as ever. No, this shit won't last forever. Keep the feds, appreciate the past as well.
So also what helped me on my journey, get clean, was actually his album. He has an album called Apologies in Advance. And there's 12 steps to become a better person. And I literally took those songs. I sat down with a book and pen. I took the most significant lines out of the songs, and yeah, they become philosophies of my life as well.
Like maybe chasing greatness ain't too all impressive. I just turned 25, but borderline I'm not collecting. Some things unchanged about my world and it's been hard accepting. A wife and kids don't sound as bad as they used to sound. Contemplating on that settle down, cause I've been on this road for way too long.
Damn, Dave, that was intense. What you just said there. Um, I like conversations like this, especially with other men. You know, especially the guys in here. I want you guys to look at something, especially if, for instance, Dave, I'm assuming, okay, you say you don't know anymore, so I'm assuming that you don't have contact with your dad as often. Have you asked yourself, Dave, why we clicked? also look at the friends you surround yourself with. For instance, when I moved here, there was a point where I really reflected on my life. My best friend, his dad isn't his real dad. He didn't know that for a long time until he grew up. I have friends whose dads have passed on. I have friends who don't know their dads either. Don't you think it's a coincidence that all the guys in my circle, and even like with my dad, me and my dad, we're going through something now where my friends, someone tell me, no, Javen, don't be like that with your dad. But they don't, it's so hectic also how life is. For instance, some guys would lose their dads, like a good example, a friend of mine, Tammy, he lost his dad at a young age. He wishes his dad was there. My dad is present. He's alive, but he's such an asshole that I want nothing to do with him. I'm actually going through a process right now where I'm going to be changing my surname back to my mom's maiden name of his name. That's how much I hate him, for instance. And then it's like people don't understand, for instance, like that dynamic of like you feel this way towards your father, they wish they had that. And it's like this thing of life, like we all can learn from one another. But also my point there is it's so hectic how men like yourself, Dave, myself, a few other guys I know, we go through these things and we make that vouch where we won't ever be like that person, for instance. And what you said now, like no one trusting him, I know exactly how that feels. And it's so hectic how you can make one mistake in life and you can tarnish your reputation forever. But this is also why I always tell people that you are the captain of your ship. You are the one in control of your reality. You know, I always say like we are made in God's image, right? What did God do when he made the earth? He spoke it into existence. So if we're made in God's image, why can't you speak good things into your existence? This goes back to what I said now, like how you speak to yourself. Half the time you think you're thinking, you're actually listening. But the question is, what are you listening to? And I've realized this with a lot of addicts as well. So in the book I read, Conversations with God. Sorry, CJ, I'm gonna play a song now. In a book I read, Conversations with God. No, sorry, I'm not Conversations with God. I'm quoting the devil. The devil states that as a kid, for instance, you have 7 doors in your head or in your mind. And once you can open one door, imagine this, right? Imagine this, you have a closed door. You open the door, you close the door, but before you close the door, you put your foot there. So that means that the door can look closed, but there's a gap where you can see through. Good example, a kid who sees his family smoke cigarettes. A kid knows that this is wrong, for instance, but what happens? He sees through that door. He's like, why is it that this adult does this, but I'm not allowed to do it? That's when that door starts getting opened. If you think about it this way, Satan has successfully infiltrated every single family worldwide, because every single family worldwide, there is a smoker. There must be one smoker. You're going to tell me that there is not a master plan, a master plan to enslave us and keep us poor and keep us trapped in a certain mindset. There's so many weapons, there's so many things put into our reality to distract us. This is why it's so easy for us to do bad things, because it's so easy to do it, but it's hard to be a good person. It's hard to be a good person. Bro, Dave, I'll say it again. You see now again, like why we connected. Like same thing, like very similar on my side, where childhood wasn't as bad until the divorce came. Then my mom left and my dad became an asshole. then obviously this happened. And what happened as well, my mom found someone new. That my stepfather, they married now. I'm trying to get used to saying my new dad or my dad. I hate when I say my stepfather. It sounds so bad, like I'm trying to emphasize that, oh, that's my stepfather, not my real dad. But very true what you say there now as well. How another man can step in and play that father figure in your life. Also, Dave, like maybe even look around, like your life, maybe going into your teens. Who was your friend group? I've also realized along my journey with my dad not being as present, I started hanging out with guys way older than I am, and then people will be like, why is this kid? And it's like, but because my mind is already so far advanced and beyond my age group, they're the only people I can connect with, you know? And even what you said now, then they weren't all the best people. I mean, some of them were Rastafarian, and I'm not saying anything bad about that, but I'm talking about true Rastas. They smoke weed every day, all day, every day. That's what they do for a living. And they've taught me so many lessons as well, things my father never taught me. This is why I always say always be grateful for the people you meet in your life. Always be grateful for the people that has played a role in your life, because every single just goes back to this thing as well. Okay, it's almost 12 o'clock. Then I'm gonna end the live. So we'll go live again around 3:30. That is so well said, Dave. That is so well said. That's Dave, you see that name? That's what it takes to be a man. Everyone's like, oh, a man must be this, a man must be that. It's gonna sound weird, Nick, because there's this thing going around with, oh, guys being simps and whatever. There's a book I read. I used to be a miserable fuck. And he said one day he was driving with his wife, and his wife's dad apologized to her and said he's sorry that he wasn't always present when she was a kid, and he started crying. And he said that's what it takes to be a real man, to be vulnerable, for instance, in times like that. Because if you think about it, also as men, we told not to cry. We told, oh, we must be men. But if you think about it, who has ever taught us as boys to be men, if all the men around us weren't even true men? And then people want to attack Andrew Tate and guys like what's his name, Dave Goggins and stuff like that. I'm not saying, I don't advocate Andrew Tate or anything like that, but I'm just making the example when there's actually other people from the internet who we start listening to. I mean, all the people who inspired me, who made me change my life, people I saw on the internet, people who I reached out on the internet, and they started helping me because that's what they love to do. But yeah, guys, this is a hectic thing. Oh yeah, so before I go, what I want to say was, here's something to think about. Imagine you are the only person that exists. I know I'm saying this right now, but imagine I'm just an avatar in your reality. So imagine this quickly. If you think about multiverses, multiverses. Imagine your mind is like a device, like a phone, right? But your soul is like the memory card. That means every night you sleep, for instance, imagine you have multiple realities, because remember, you are only bound to the space and time of this reality. So if you sleep, you actually bend space and time. You can actually space travel, I put it that way. So imagine this, for instance, you are the only person that exists in your life, in your reality. You're the only person that's real. Imagine like a game. Every game has an ending, an end goal, a mission. For example, for us, be it successful as traders. Now imagine, or let me rephrase that. Let me rephrase that before we end this. How big would you dream if you knew you can't fail? How big would you dream if you knew you can't fail? That's something to think about. And take it further on that. No one can tell you what your purpose is. Only you can decide what your purpose is. There's a saying that goes, There's a reason for the vision you were given. Yeah, Christopher. That is the true definition of what it takes to be a simp. Is when you can't stand up for yourself as a man, for instance. That's the best way I can also describe it, is when women take men for a gat. That's the best way I can describe it. But when people try and put that simp on everything, that's where I start having a problem. For instance, I'm gonna sound like a little bitch now, né? But ek het ek het 'n baie sagte hart. I have a very ek het 'n baie sagte hart. I would literally see someone struggle and I would cry. And I've realized, you know, this thing of also, oh, you must be tough, you know, be tough and whatever. There's nothing like that, bro. If you truly think about it, God is love. God is love. God is gentle, and God is soft, bro. Yes, he can obviously punish you if he wants to, but remember that, bro. God loves you. God loves all of us. God is love. So love your neighbor, love everyone, love life. Because love is the root of all things good, even money. If you love what you do, the way I see it, if you love what you do, doesn't matter what happens, God will always provide. I'll be honest with you. There are moments where I literally sit back and I have to wonder to myself, like, how do I actually sustain this life I live only from trading? And I don't even have massive capital. But why? I love what I do. So money always flows to me freely in multiple forms. And this goes back to how I perceive the market. This is why our slogan for our company is called clairvoyant market making. For those of you guys who don't know, this is the term what clairvoyant means. A person who claims to have supernatural ability to perceive events in the future or beyond normal sensory contact. You can take it a bit further. Having the ability to see beyond the range of ordinary perception. There's so many things I do where I put hidden gems in my work, but it goes over people's head. Like, good example, what Dave said here now. Look at this manifestation candle where I drew. Look where it stopped. And it's not me trying to sound whatever the case, or I'm that guy. It's literally, I always say, if you tapped in, you're going to experience things you never thought you will experience. Yeah, it's 12 o'clock now. Guys, thank you so much for joining. We'll go live again 3:30. So if you guys are in contact with other people from the chat, other friends that trade, please send the link with them to them. I will send the link out 3:15 so that we all can be here 3:30. And that, like, you know, we're at a max viewing of, I think, 15, 14 people. If we can get to 20, 25, 30, that will be great. That will mean a lot to me. I honestly feel like I can't wait till things work out with Faro markets and we can actually have our own stream. Yeah. Love you guys, man. I'll see you guys later on. I'll keep on holding GU. Yeah, I'm just keep on holding it. No partials, anything like that. Awesome, guys. Check you.